Hi, and welcome to this Dittmer Knittery video. I'm Bev, and on my channel I talk about knitting and crocheting and yarn and fiber arts and some other things too. Whether you are a new or returning viewer, of course, I'm very glad you're here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. And today I have kind of a regular old-fashioned knit and crochet video. I have a work in progress, some yarn, some books, maybe a few photos, and I need to spend time with you. Have only a few notes, so we'll see if I ramble or go off on tangents or if I can be succinct. That's kind of funny. We'll see what happens. So first of all, I have a knitted bag. This is a knitted bag, knitted by hand by me. And this is kind of my traditional construction where I start at the bottom by knitting in the round, and I knit maybe with some increases and decreases if I wanted to shape the bag, but then I knit the length of the bag. I usually add a garter stitch border at the top. You can see that most of it is stockinette stitch in the round, so it's just knitting. Because this garter stitch, I don't know, it's the way I do it. I think it creates a good place to insert this strap. So after I do the entire bag, then I knit the strap. This is an I-cord strap. Knit it to the length I want it, and I just thread it through the bag. I don't make special holes or anything like that. I just put that strap right through the stitches of the bag. And of course I measure and count the stitches, so I try to get it, so it's even. And then before or after the strap, I think after the strap, then I attach the flap. And I just pick up stitches and knit the flap with a buttonhole. So then when it's finished and felted, because this is a knitted bag, knitted from wool that will be hot water felted, it will shrink. If you're a returning viewer, you know about this. And there's this is what it will look like. This is the complete bag. And then, of course, it will felt and shrink. It will, the fabric will look different. The stitches will lose definition and it will shrink. So after I did all that, then, like I said, I started at the bottom knitting in the round. But then the very last thing was I seamed the bottom. So this was open knitting in the round until the very last thing was that I seamed this bottom with mattress stitch, which works very well for this application. And I left one step out because this is just something I started doing recently. I made a pocket and sewed it in. Here, let me turn the whole thing wrong side out, and then you can see the pocket. So there's a pocket sewn on the inside. And it will felt right along with the bag. And I really like that effect. It takes a little time to make the pocket, to measure, to get it sewn in the way I want it to look. But the more often I do it, the better I understand what I'm doing, the better it goes well. This one went really well. Sometimes I take two or three tries to get the pocket the way I want it to look, but I'm happy with this. And this is ready for hot water. The next step is that I will hot water felt it. I have the yarn here. These are the yarns I used. I held 2 strands together. And the yarns I used, this Lamb's Pride, and this is 85% wool, 15% mohair, Brown Sheep Company in Mitchell, Nebraska. This is a yarn that I favor. And this is, I'm pretty sure I got this from a website called Felted For You, and I'll try to remember to put the link in. But she has a nice selection of these Lamb's Pride skeins for a good price. So I think these retail new for around $11 or $12, and I believe I paid $6. Some of them I ordered were seconds, factory seconds, I believe. But since I'm felting it, I haven't found any faults that would prohibit my happy use of this yarn. I really like that kind of yarn for knitting and felting. And then the other strand is this Apache Light, Northland. And I'm pretty sure this is a Hirschner's product, but I got it not from Hirschner's. I don't remember what website I purchased it from, but I have quite a few skeins of this. And so this was, I held 2 strands together, one of this and one of the Lamb's Pride to make this bag that I was showing you. And I've used this Northland Apache Light only once before, and I think I showed you this. I made a hat. Now this was held with not the Lamb's Pride, but pallet yarn. So this hat was made from 1 strand of Apache Light and 1 strand of wool Knit Picks pallet yarn. But I felt as though, I thought, and what I saw and what I showed you, is that the Apache Light, the Northland, didn't appear to felt completely, which created these really interesting bumps. So there's nothing wrong with the effect. In fact, I quite liked it. But it appeared to me that it didn't felt thoroughly. So I thought about it for a while. I thought about what am I going to do with this yarn, because I had ordered quite a bit of it, something like 18 skeins, like 6 skeins of 3 different colors. And so I didn't use it for a while. And then I decided to try it again. So I would be really happy if this is the effect, the bumpy effect I got for this bag. Next, I'm going to talk about something that might surprise some of you who know me. I want to make a crochet top, at least one. A kind of what I would call a tank top with wide straps, a scoop or V-neck, and probably some mesh crochet. So quite simple to begin, because I've only crocheted a few garments. I think I've only knit 1 garment. So I'm not a garment maker, and I don't know that I want to know all the particulars, but I would like to make a crochet top or 2 or 3, partly for the purpose of wearing something handmade, especially when I show my handmade works. Although I wouldn't make the tops to sell, I think it's a nice touch if I were wearing something handmade. And I have yarn I'd like to use. So that's kind of the point, is if you have ideas for patterns I might use, and I kind of have an idea in mind of what I'd like to do, but you know, you guys usually have great suggestions, and if you have any, I'd love to hear them. But have kind of yarn that I would like to use and have question about this yarn. This is Yarn Bee Wrapology Use in the colorway Passion Flower. And I just love these colors. So it's a neutral background with some beautiful specks and twists. And I have used this yarn to make a bag, and then I sold the bag, and I held 2 strands together. So my question is, have you used this yarn for a garment? Has anyone used this Yarn Bee Wrapology Use? And I have several skeins of this color, and then I have a few skeins of other colors too. I really liked it when I saw it. If you have used this for a garment, please let me know your experience. My concern is that it's kind of stiff and might not have drape. It is a 2-weight yarn, so I might be able to do what I want using one strand, but I might need to hold 2 strands together. I prefer not to use a small hook or needle if I don't have to, because it's easier on my hands to use the larger tools. And I like the effect of the larger tools. So let me know if you have used this yarn for a garment and how it turned out. And I think too that although it feels a little stiff, I really think some laundering would soften it up. So I'd like to have your input on that. And I look forward to, like I said, making some simple things. And what I'm describing, of course, I would wear a camisole or a tank top under it. So that might add some color or texture to it too. But something simple to start. No buttons or zippers. Of course, but that's like my mantra for sewing when I first started to learn to sew. That was my criteria. And I did learn to sew, and I did learn buttons, but I never got good at zippers. But there you go. Short tangent. So I made a few video segments, and I'm not sure exactly how I'll put them together. I did ramble and go off on a couple of tangents perhaps. So when I go to put it together, it might be too long for one video. I might show some of it in a few days or next week. We'll see how I'm able to put it together. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for your continued support. It means so much to me. I still have over 500 viewers, and I really didn't think that that would happen when I went back to work, and I don't have as much time to spend on creative pursuits. Although my work, again, my job is going well. All that is actually a very good thing to happen for me to be able to get a job. I'm very appreciative of that. And I'm finding every way I can to fit in these creative pursuits. And I think that I'm adjusting well to the job, and I've been able to spend more time on the creative pursuits. And I have been able to do a video almost every Saturday morning. It's kind of become what I do on Saturday morning. And this morning I did get long, and I'm about to get long here again. So I won't. I'll just end here. And again, thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your thoughts. Thank you for taking care of yourselves. Thank you for taking care of each other. Peace. Love. I'll see you on the next video.